Hello BookTube, I'm back with another video today and we're going to be doing the Snob-O-Meter Tag. This was created by that guy reading 28, that reading guy 28. And yeah, before we start, I just want to let you know I got a haircut so it's not as raggedy as it was before. But anyway, let's start. So question 1, what is your definition of a book snob? And for me, that's someone who looks down on others for their taste in reading, or yeah, pretty much that. Two, is there a genre or type of book you would never consider reading, such as would you ever read a romance, or if you regularly read romance, would you ever try a science fiction novel? Um, I I read anything, and I've read these two genres on this channel here, but I pretty much will read any genre of book pretty much. Question 3, does erotica count as literature? And for me, it does. And I never understood how some types of erotica books like considered more important than others. Like especially I think of stuff like Marcus de Sade and Fanny Hill, and how they're considered classics. Yet they're erotica, and they're in Penguins and Oxfords, and Folio has editions of them. So it does count as lit. Question 4, is it better to read a classic book than a popular bestseller? It's not really better because um, you know, classic books at one point were bestsellers, so they're pretty much the same thing. It's just that time has decided that it's good enough to keep around. So read whatever you want. Question 5, have you ever bragged about reading a classic in order to sound smart? Um, Not intentionally. I think because I read so many classics growing up. Um, to people who didn't know I read that much, it may have sounded like bragging. If I didn't mean it to, it's just because I just read a lot of classics in general. So no, I don't think I have, but it may come off as that I've bragged, but I really don't mean it. I just get excited. What's the next question? Question 6, do audiobooks count as reading? What about comic books or graphic novels? Listening to audiobooks and reading are obviously two different things, but I think they're a great supplement for each other. And to, I think, dismiss audiobooks and listening, I think really doesn't do justice to the oral traditions, especially your Homeric traditions, and how a lot of that was passed down orally. And to say that, to dismiss that type of reading experience with a story, I don't think that's fair. Um, what's the other ones? Comic books and graphic novels. Are they the same thing? I'm not exactly sure. I don't think I've ever read a comic in my life. But graphic novels, of course they count. Everything counts. And especially when it comes to books with pictures, like what about kids' books? Are we going to say that Charlotte's Web or Roald Dahl isn't a classic like Dr. Seuss, Where the Wild Things Are? And so it counts, pretty much. Question 7, have you ever looked down at someone for reading a popular fluff book um, with little substance, for example, a self-help book or celebrity memoir? No, because I'm very excited when I see people reading, and I will be I don't look down because I'm too excited. I'm like, oh my god, they're reading, and I just barge in, and I want to see what they think of it. Like I want to know what they think of whatever they're reading, and I don't look down on those people because I am one of those people. Anyway, question 8, have you ever been a recipient of someone else's snobbery? Um, no, not really. Um, I think it's because I can hold my own when it comes to talking about classics. Like I don't think I'm well read at all, but I know enough to get by. Um, the closest I ever get, and I do it a bit intentionally just to see, and that's when I go to use library sales and all that, and I always go to the romance section first, and I take whatever I want there, and then I purposely go to the classic sections holding like a stack of Joanna Lindsay, or like even I'm trying to look at my shelves, like a Julia Quinn, and I just want to see if people give me looks, and they do, and it's fun for me personally. What's next? But I don't. No one's intentionally been snobby to me, really. The closest I ever got actually was with the Bible, with some people saying, um, I'm trying to word it right, that because I read the Bible as a story, and people look down on that because they only see it as a religious text, which you meet these characters as in stories. It is a story at the end of the day. Anyway, question 9: would you ever be friends with a snob? Maybe you already are. I am not friends with snobs. Um, my reading friends, none of them are snobs, and maybe I'll become friends with a snob at one point. But in saying that, there maybe is some benefits for being friends with a reading snob because they may be really great. They may be great readers in certain areas of certain areas they love to read. So if I have a friend that's a snob and they only read, I don't know, mysteries, I'd go to them for a mystery recommendation because they obviously know what they would be talking about because that's pretty much nearly all they read. But anyway, next question. Question 10, are people who don't read less sophisticated than people who do? Ooh, I think in certain ways, yes. I think reading helps you gain a sense of empathy, and I think you just become. I'm trying to word it right. You just become more empathetic, and I can't even explain it really. I'm trying to think. It just increases your ability to learn and to. I can't even. I'm so sorry. Um, I think yes. I think you are more sophisticated because you have a lot more experiences through stories, and I think that helps build you as a person. And I think it's quite obvious when someone doesn't read and they talk about books. It is quite obvious, but I do think you are a bit less sophisticated. Well, anyway, question 11. Measure yourself. Based on your answers to the previous 10 questions, would you qualify as a book snob? No. If please let me know in the comments if you think I am. I don't. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But who knows? Question 12. Tag some people. This tag's been going around, so I'm just gonna say if these questions seem good to you, do this tag yourself. It's really fun. But yeah, that's a tag. Thank you so much for watching BookTube, and I'll see you next time.